We're live on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, the night version. Tuesday nights where we look at jobs and postings in LinkedIn and do a little Twitter search. And we will see what goes on here. Oh, I'm off to the side. Okay. Say, hey, good evening. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. At night, yes, it's 8 o'clock. It's about 8:21 Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to look at some job postings, see what's going on. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow night is our meetup.com for the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have Jennifer Steelman. She's going to talk about Kanban. We're going to do some exercise. If you go online and join our group, our meetup.com group, there's a link in there to go to Zoom where you're going to have to register so we can let you in, because I want to make sure that we don't get those Zoom crazy people that pop up in your Zoom broadcast. So I'm screening everyone. So if you want to join in Zoom, otherwise you can just watch us on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn. We'll be live on all those different platforms, and you're more than welcome to join us. So with that, let's get into what we're doing here. Display. Is that the one I want? Yeah, that's the one I want. No, that's a little tiny display. I want a big display. I need a big display. I want that one. There we go. There's a big display. Let's go with that. And I don't need my video. I want my little video. And we are going to talk about this stuff. Okay, so I'll move it over just a tad bit so you can see more of the whole thing. There we go. Now I got the whole thing. I can make it a little bigger. Make it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. And a little too big. I'll make it a little bit smaller. All right. So let's look at the job. So what we do every Tuesday night is we look at what the job postings are for the past month on LinkedIn, compare it to last week, see if there's any change. We don't do like every week, because otherwise we'll get the sawtooth up and down, up and down. Try to level schedule so we can see what it looks like from a level standpoint. And I'm going to make sure I put the banner up for the job posting. So what I'm showing right now is the results for, excuse me, the United States. Okay, we're good, I think. We'll see. So this week, it looks like the United States went down a little bit. I mean, I still think these numbers are way high. I don't know if I really trust anymore the LinkedIn numbers, but we'll see. All right, Agile Business Analyst, 250,000 postings over the past month. In the United States, that's down 12,000. Business Analyst went down 16,000 to 252,000 positions. Scrum Master, 165,000 positions over the United States. It's down 8,000. Scrum Master Remote, that went down about 1,800 spots there. It's at 38,000 right now. Product Owner Agile, 52,000, down to 2,500. Agile Product Owner, 118,000. That went up almost 1,000. Went up 859 at 51. But at that point, is that really a lot? Agile Project Manager went down 1,800, but it's still at 443,000 positions there. It's right there at Project Manager. Agile Project Manager Remote, 71,000. Project Manager, 444,000. Enterprise Coach, which we know that number is bogus, because there's no way there's 116,000 Enterprise Coach positions in the United States. It's just not possible. Agile Coach, 53,000. That seems more realistic. Agile Remote, 36,000 positions out there, down almost 6,000. Agile is up, is 322,000 positions here in the United States. That's down 13,000. Now, when I go over to the, looks like the EU got a little better this week. A lot of them are up. Agile business analyst is pretty stable. Business analyst went up about 691 at 17,000. Scrum master staying the same, about 30,000 Scrum master positions. At Scrum master remote, 2,109 positions. Now, anybody in the EU, if there's any particular area in the EU, I know not everything's in the EU. I don't know if the UK is still in the EU, but maybe there's other areas we want to look at as far as that region of the world goes. Product owner Agile on 10,110. Agile product owner 6,000. It's down 400. So they're down a little bit 400. But now Agile project manager went up 1,400 positions there. It's at 32,000 right now. And feel free to message me, or if you're on any of the things, I got all the comments, so I should see the comments if you send something. Project manager in the EU, 60,000. That's down 2,000. Enterprise coach, you can see that's more realistic. 1,500 positions, up 67 jobs there. Agile coach, 10,000. Again, that's good because that's less than you would think. The Scrum master, then we go Agile coach, and then we go enterprise coach as far as a positions available. Agile remote, 61. Agile across the board went up 16,000. So they put a lot more Agile advertisement into their job postings there in the EU. So it's up to 220,000 positions that call out Agile in the activities. All right, here are my local Philadelphia. Let's put that one up. Philadelphia. Agile business analysts and business analysts, both around 6,000 positions out there. Pretty stable, not much change. Scrum master, 5,400 positions, pretty stable. Went down about 365. Scrum master remote, that went down 360. It's now at 3,675. Product owner Agile, 2,000. Agile product owner around 2,600, pretty close to each other. Agile project manager, 9,400, pretty stable. Agile project manager remote, that went down 100, still is at 2,000. Project manager, 10,000 positions. Enterprise coach, 2,738. Agile coach, 1,154. Again, those numbers don't match in reality. Probably should be flipped. So I don't know where the enterprise coach thing. We'll have to do some research on that. But LinkedIn's not listening to me when I tell them you're testing the wrong thing. It works. It's good. It's valid. I'm like, go ask your HR department if you think you would hire more enterprise coaches over Agile coaches. I doubt they'll say yes. I doubt. Agile remote, 12,000. Agile, 29,000 here in the Philadelphia area. So that's a good number, solid number here in the Philadelphia area. So now let's go look at certs. I'm going to scroll up for certs here. And I'm going to scroll the cert postings across the page. So certifications, CSM went down 1,200. So it went down 10%. It's now almost little 10, just under 10,000. PSM, 2,600, up 119. Safe Agile, 9,268. So they're pretty close together now. That went up 730. Less Agile, it's pretty stable. 1,159. Kanban, okay, went up 1,500 positions in Kanban. Don't forget tomorrow. Tomorrow is our meetup.com episode where we're going to talk about Kanban tomorrow. Should be pretty good. And again, we'll record it. We'll post it. It'll be live. But if you want to be live and ask questions of Jennifer, you got to get on the Zoom. But you can text the questions in and all the system. I'll monitor that too and see what I can do to help with that. But if you're live, we'll do some interactive activities. CSPO 850, SPC Agile 122 is pretty stable. PMI ACP 831 across the United States. Now, again, all these numbers are across the United States. And the granddaddy or grandmama of the world, PMP, still 377,000 positions that want a PMP, but it's down 3,500. So when people tell me Agile is everything, I'm like, it's still on a PMP out there for some project managers. So you got to be open to what is possible. Again, you can see here in the graph, 48,000 just blows away everyone else. But now Safe, Agile, and CSM are pretty close together there as far as that goes from a certification perspective. All right, we can look at these little graphics. This is Philadelphia. Again, you can see Agile is pretty big as far as numbers go. Agile Remote's still pretty good. Project Manager still dominate. Agile Project Manager dominating. Scrum Master still up there. Business Analyst. Both positions are more than the Scrum Master. So it looks like Business Analyst is getting to be a real need there. And LinkedIn job posts past month. Let's see. For the certs, we showed that. Look at Kanban, just blows everyone else out of the water. Okay, let's go up here. This is the EU, United States. Change up the scrolling. Let's go back to the United States scrolling here. So LinkedIn job posts, you can see project manager is pretty big. Project manager is really good. Business analyst still way up there, 250,000. That's a lot of jobs out there. They're out there. It just takes time, and they're getting kind of tricky on the salaries. Though just to give you a heads up, I got an email the other day about a job position, and it's like, oh, it's remote, it's hybrid. And I go, well, where's the job? And it's in Charlotte. And I'm like, well, I'm in Philadelphia, right? So when you do hybrid, you got to go in the office. Are you going to pay? No one's going to pay my travel from Philadelphia to Charlotte to report in. There's no way. It ain't going to happen. Those days are over. So just be mindful when they say remote or hybrid, and they send you these things. Feel free to ask them questions to these recruiters. It's probably pretty important. All right, let's look at the weekly graphs because these are good. So let's look at this. So here's Philadelphia. I'll show the Philadelphia numbers again, scrolling on the board. This gives you how we've been tracking. We've been doing 24 episodes of this now. I mean, I'm really shocked how many episodes we actually did. I mean, we skipped a big chunk there in the middle of winter just because it really doesn't make sense to see what's going on because no one's hiring until they get their budgets in, right? We got here in the Philadelphia area. Agile Remote took a little hit, came down. Looks like everything came down a little bit. Some steady stuff. What's this steady stuff? Agile Project Manager steady for the past 2 weeks. Pretty much everything's pretty stable here for that. Let's look at EU. We haven't looked at EU in a while. Let's change over to EU. Scrolling across the board here. We had a little spike up last week for Project Manager. Came down a little bit. Everything in the EU looks like it's pretty stable, pretty steady state as far as the number of postings over the past month. Nothing radically changed, pretty stable. So that's good for the EU. So there are jobs out there. There are jobs out there. You just got to. It just takes a little bit. All right. So let's look at this one. This is the United States. So let's show off the United States in the scroll bar. Again, I mean, I still find it amazing. We were way last year, way lower. This year, we're much higher. We have a new baseline. So you got to look at the baseline. Is it going up and down? Because they changed the algorithm, but is it trending up or down? It's pretty stable. It looks like this week, a couple things went down a little bit. We had the business analyst went down. What's this? What's this gray one? Scrum Master went down just a tad bit. These are probably project manager. They're pretty stable, pretty much right on top of each other now. You remember how it used to be back here? Well, this was project manager way up there, and Agile project manager was below. So I think they changed their algorithm. So now it's kind of showing both numbers versus and or kind of things. So that's that one. All right. So those are the numbers for that. So, with that said, let's turn off the display. Let's pull Twitter up. Let's look at Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. Let me get rid of this one so I can see the Twitter. All right. So let's look at Twitter. One thing I do. One of the guys, he puts the Agile dad jokes on Tuesdays every day. And so get political. Alan's out. Alan says people imagine Agile works only on greenfield projects. Then they say that startups can't be Agile because they have to get stuff out the door. Neither is true. Both arguments are just an excuse not to improve. I agree. And I'm going to retweet what Alan said. Retweet. Okay, what does Al Shalloway have to say? What complexity teaches us is that there is no set path from one place to another. We can't ask for a roadmap because the terrain and methods of moving vary from company to company. But we can learn how to read a map and learn how to travel over a different terrain. Okay, that's okay. Al says, I don't believe in debates and knowledgeable work. Debating is a discussion. There are two different people are trying to prove merits of one side. I prefer discussion of exploration, and the one who finds out his original position was wrong learns the most. Okay. People new to Scrum don't know and can't validate Scrum's principle from their own experiences, but they can validate the first principle from their own experience. Okay. Agile, best teaser and line in the business. Here's why Agile isn't working for you. This is Agile Otter. Agility can only begin after you and your team lose faith. Okay, that's weird. I don't get that one. Maybe someone explain that one to me, but I don't get that one. Okay, let's see. Giovanni says this got retweeted by Alan. There is myth that you need to sacrifice quality in order to have speed. The opposite is actually true. You need to write quality code in order to iterate fast. This means to be clear in the minds of project managers everywhere. Now, I would say a little bit different. I would also say, if you don't do it right, you're just going to waste a lot of time that doesn't really add value to the product by fixing the code. So I'm going to put a comment in here. I'm going to add a comment. So fixing add code does not really add value. You're actually taking away stuff because the customer is complaining about what you sold them. Therefore, you are losing reputation, rep and money. Stuff you already sold. So basically, when you're fixing bad code, you're really not adding value anymore because you're just because one, people are complaining about what we sold them. Therefore, you're losing reputation. I could write reputation out. Reputation and money on stuff that you already sold. So you're not making any more money. You're just taking away the value made on selling in the first place. Okay, so I added that comment. I always got to add some qualities built from day one. It's not something you can add later. That's definitely sure. It just costs you more money. So Alan's out there. Let's see. Let's see if anybody else got some. Okay, we got Agile for Humans. I listen to their podcast. How do flow metrics in sprint retrospective work? So they got an article on that. Let's keep going. Anything good? I'm not really seeing anything too. Going to spin through it real fast. You can go to our Agilist list on Twitter if you want to see what's going on in the world. If anything new is out there, feel free. I'm going to change over to EU here. Put some EU jobs. Oh, pick up sticks. I've known for 25 years that in order in which you teach things, assist students to understand what's being taught. See, in my new workshop, I'm also seeing how the juxtaposition of concepts can also have it take less time to learn. Pick up sticks. Sweet. Always love games. Agile Trailblazers. Platform engineering is core. At its core is about bringing engineers closer to business drivers and about giving business a better understanding of the value of technical. Okay. I don't know if I close. Agile Thought Works. Maria's a happy Valentine's Day. It's the first one that says happy Valentine's Day. There we go. Verify by credentials. Administrative testing. Are you generating useful metrics? Are you generating useful metrics to help improving development? Post your annual partner. Post from our annual partner. All right. Agile. Microsoft releases Azure DDoS protection for Sentinel. Okay. So it'll be something new. Angie Jones. What's Angie said? Same for me and Inflow. Pretty innovative. Instead of starting a newsletter or a personal blog, Twitter itself becomes his personal blog. Is that, yeah, that's true. Elon's kind of, but I think he's overdoing it, to be honest with you. What are you going to do? Ryan Ripley, what's he got? Wait, what? Fixing your Scrum practice solution, common Scrum problem. Rick Waters, you can't fix Scrum. You can't fix your communication. You can't fix your attitude. You can't fix your practices. Okay, but you can't fix Scrum. Oh, you can. You can fix all these other things, but you can't fix Scrum, huh? Okay, I'm confused. I think you're asking Scrum to be more than what it is, to be honest with you. Let the teams design that. Okay, Bob Hartman, responsible agility. Tip, closely related to yesterday's tip. Create working frameworks for success rather than rigid processes that are attempting to limit failure. Allow people to be creative within limits rather than locking everything down tightly. I agree with that. Mike Cohen. I love the Agile Mentors podcast, by the way. Totally recommend it. So I'm going to like it and I'm going to retweet it just because I just recommend it. It's really good. I can recommend stuff that's not mine, unlike other people. Scrum.org. Let's see. Call for papers. There's an XP Amsterdam 2023. So I'll like that out there if you want to get papers. I don't know when it's due. Open until February 19th. So if you want to do XP conference out there in Amsterdam, I would love to go to Amsterdam. Agile Honor. Scroll through. We saw some stuff from him. Light speed. Training. I gotta put more just raw content out there. Vasco Duarte, how to build trust in Agile team, insight and real stories. So is that your podcast? So that's an Agile Toolbox podcast, which I like that too. Definitely. Oh, there you go. Agile Women in Agile London. 3 days left. All right, we're gonna like that. So I guess there's 3 days to present or to attend. I'm gonna retweet that. I always support women in science and engineering. I always have in my whole career. Some 30 years of doing this. Be honest with you, I just get bored hanging out with a bunch of guys all the time. Women bring a different perspective that guys don't get sometimes. Martin Fowler's got something up there. Continuous example. He's got modularization so far. These mean more refactoring. I'm guessing he's not too keen on that one. Scrolling through. Angie got a happy Valentine's. Some more coaching. Oh, look who this is. 5 a.m. latest. So what did I do today? Team relationships. It was Valentine's Day, so I did a thing on team relationships. What are you going to say? That's how to do it. ThoughtWorks. Clean Agile. Is there Clean Agile? I think it's, I don't think there is such a thing as Clean Agile. Someone's got a book out there, Paul Goddard. In my book, Improving Agile Teams, Using Simple Rules of Improv. I might have to, oops, come on, like it, retweet it. Help them out. Using improv to help your Agile. That's pretty interesting. I go with that. Agile 42. The very best leaders are not telling anyone what to do. Instead, they create conditions for individuals and teams to perform at their best. And embracing the philosophy of servant leadership can help your team soar. I totally agree. Don't know what that is. Someone like Star Trek. 3 days or something. All right. Again, I guess I'm just going to close it off. Oh, dad joke warning. So Bingo is the name of the dog or the farmer. That's an old one. That's from Scott Ambler. Of course, he's putting his dad jokes out there. That's what he does. All right. So I'm going to go with that. Who's this? Agile Connection. Donna Sarkar speaks at an initiative allows them to get user feedback before final release. She highlights the importance of getting out in the field and understanding users. It's Agile Connection. There we go. I'll promote that. Glamour is back in testing. Okay. That'd be a good one. I have to, is that a it's got some kind of link in it. I don't know if it's a show or what. But anyway, that's there. All right. So that's pretty much it for tonight. I'm not going to go into all the job postings per se. And and that's what we got for tonight. Just remember, tomorrow is Kanban. Let's look at the certs again. Got them scrolling. So we're going across screen. It's going across screen. Where's Kanban? 46,000 positions in LinkedIn for Kanban. So don't forget, tomorrow we're doing our meetup.com, 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's about an hour long. Jennifer Steelman's going to talk about Kanban. Maybe we'll do some exercise, either beginning and somewhere in between. If you want to participate in exercise, you have to go on Zoom and you have to register in Zoom and get the little code so that you get your right link and everything like that, because I'm pre-screening emails this time. Okay. With that, I say, have a great night. Happy evening. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you had a good one, and I wish you all the best. Take care and enjoy the evening. Bye.